It's Transformation Tuesday, y'all. And so I'm back at it again. Now, I enjoy giving you all a visual of an experience by using my words. So I'm very expressive. I already know that. So this time I'm giving you the visual in the background of how I lost myself. So I am a wife and a mother of three daughters. So you see a picture of the kids and Jason kind of cut off. You see a picture of the kids and me kind of cut off. And you see our names right there in Scrabble, even though it's kind of cut off. So for so many years, I put myself last. Now, I always valued family because I always wanted to have children. I wanted to have a husband, wanted to have kids. So I'm very, very happy in that regard of my life. However, as being a mother, I put myself on the back burner to my children's needs for over a decade. Now, currently, my daughters are 16, 14, and 10. So imagine that you have gone over a decade, maybe even 12, 13 years of not valuing yourself as more than a wife, as more than a mother, as more than a partner if you're not married. So marital status does not matter. This is about you being a mother, whether you have one child, three kids, five, seven, who knows? For the longest time, I was so wrapped up in my daughter's activities. So whether it was soccer, basketball, cheerleading, academic kind of things, anything that involved my daughters, I was focused and dead set on that. And I honestly, at that time, saw nothing wrong with that. I had no issue at all stopping what I was doing to do something for my kids. So that was picking them up, dropping them off, going to an activity, going to a parent meeting, PTA meeting, whatever had to be done. It could have been a field trip, it could have been anything that involved my kids. They were my priority. Now, I know that some folks may say, oh, but you have other things in your life that should have been a higher focus. Yes, I get it. Lesson learned. That's why I'm here right now, expressing how I lost who I was. During that period of my life, I honestly had no idea that I was in this mindset of Carol, as a woman, you don't matter. Everything or almost everything that I was doing was family first. Now, I did do things like get my hair done or my nails done. In the pre COVID days when I was not working at home so often, I was in the work building a lot. And so my outfit and my shoes were always on point. However, that was all that I was doing for me as the woman. And I wasn't doing it to put on a facade or an act. I looked at my life during that time of you need to give more of everything to your kids. So whether it's your time, your resources, i.e., money, your energy, everything again that I did, well, almost everything that I did was for them. Now, I had no issue hanging out with friends, acquaintances, what have you. But as my family grew from one child to then having two and three, some of my peers did not have kids, or if they had kids, they had them at a much different time in life. And so, yeah, we got to hang out, but it had to be something that was involving the kids. Because if it wasn't involving the kids, I was not going to be involved. I was not here for because my evenings and my weekends were for the kids. So again, mind you, I had no idea that that kind of mindset was not healthy for me as an individual, for me as Carol the woman. That is one way that I lost who I was and didn't even know it. A second way, and I had no idea because I had heard things like this, like, oh, Carol, this may be going on. Oh my God, no, 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 that's not what it is. I was that woman, that friend, that associate acquaintance, what have you. And I use the word friend now loosely because I have learned so much over these last couple of years. But that I was that woman who was always available to help anyone. So whether you had a flat tire and needed a ride from somewhere, whether you needed to pick up your kids from daycare or summer camp or whatever, I was so readily available for others, and I had no idea that I was not being available to myself as the woman. And again, the mindset that I had back then was that I was so deep into this, I had no clue that that's what I was going through until several years later. So, in hindsight and looking back, I can definitely see, because again, I was so giving, and I was always such a yes person, because I was always such a yes, I'll help you. You need that, you need this, I'm here for you. I had no expectation of getting anything in return. It was done genuinely from my heart. But I learned, looking back, of course, that there are people in my life who, again, I'm being nice and kind, they saw that maybe as a weakness, as that care was always going to be here. Care will always help in whatever the actual help was. I would usually say yes because I wanted people to succeed. And because of my nature of wanting y'all to win, I, I was just so, again, wrapped up into let me help you succeed. And I didn't even give thought to how do I help myself as an individual to go forward and succeed as well. Now, again, looking back, because hindsight, baby, is 2020, 40, whatever. I can now honestly see years later that there were some people in my life, because again, I was lost at that time, who knew that, yes, I would always say yes, and therefore they kept on asking for whatever they were asking for. But I learned, because again, I had the wrong kind of mindset back then, that those people actually had no intention of ever helping me if I ever did need help. Now, I will admit readily, I was hesitant to ask for help when it came to certain things. Now, if I was desperate, like, I need you to get this kid from this pickup, or I do this pickup, or I need you to bring this kid here, or I do this thing for the kid, I would ask for help. But besides that, not going to ask for it. So when I actually did begin to get the courage, because courage is important, the courage to ask for help, those people in my life who I actually thought were, friends or genuine, they were not around. And so people in my life would tell me, Carol, I don't think it's a good idea to be so helpful because they're using you. And I was like, they're not going to do that, because I'm such a genuine person that why would someone want to use me when I am such a kind person? Mindset was totally wrong, y'all. I definitely had some people in my life who I would ask for help. And so I would go into it expecting them to say no. But turns out they would say yes. And so those kind of things helped me to realize that, Carol, you were you had the wrong mindset. You were not even thinking about yourself, and you were not valuing you as the actual person. You put so much value on your children and your family and helping others, that I was, or in this case, it could actually be you, that you and I were so blinded that we didn't even know what was going on. So these are just a few ways of how I lost myself, because I honestly had no idea that I was in this cycle. This video, of course, was not made to make you or anyone else sad. It was made with love and passion to help you as the woman realize that you are more than a mother, regardless of the age of your child or children, that you are more than a spouse, a partner. You are more than that. You have value as the individual. Now, if you do end up crying, I do understand, because this may actually resonate and hit a nerve. Hopefully it does hit a nerve, because next video, I'll be sharing some of the ways that I redefined and rediscovered and revalued myself to become more of a whole woman. Now, I still have, of course, kids and a husband, but I also have found more of who I was, and I want to share that with you.